Welcome to AER Int channel, and welcome back to sheet metal course. In the previous video, we just looked at the basics of the convert to a sheet metal tool. And in this one, we'll look at a few more of the detailed options, and we'll also talk about some considerations we might need when we are working with a tool like this. So firstly, let's edit the convert to sheet metal feature that we had in the previous video. And we'll have a look at those two initial options that we skipped over. The first one here at the top is called reverse thickness, and this simply just reverses the direction of the sheet. If we look closely at the preview, we can see as I click and unclick this, it changes the direction of the sheet. So the sheet is inside the shape here. If we press reverse, the sheet is now outside the shape. If I press OK, and then get out the measure tool, we can measure this outer distance, and it's coming out as 104 millimeters. Remember, we set that shapes as 100 millimeters, then we've got 2 millimeters sheet thickness, so that's 104 overall. Then if I edit the feature and I reverse the thickness or turn off reverse thickness, and then we remeasure it, this time we've got 100, because the entire sheet metal part is inside the initial shape. The second option, if we edit the feature again, is called keep body. And if we check this, it means when we convert to sheet metal, we'll also keep the initial body that we used for the conversion. So usually the body just disappears or it's consumed by the feature. If we click this, then we can keep it so we can use it again to make another part if we need to. So I'll show us how this works. So if I press OK, we've now got the converted sheet, and we've also got the initial body. If I hover over these and press tab, I'm gonna hide the body. And then if I expand the cut list, here we have the body, but it's hidden. So I'm going to re-show that, and then I'm going to hide the sheet. So now we've just got the body, and the sheet is hidden. So there might be occasions where we want to make two sheet metal parts from a single body. So for example, we've just made the bottom part. Now we can reuse that feature again, and we can make a top part like this. So we can set a different fixed face. Maybe just that one bend here on the corner. We can now deselect keep body, because we don't want to keep it a third time. And then when I press OK, we've now got two sheet metal parts. So we've got the top section, and we've got the bottom section. We can see they're clashing a bit here, so it might be worth going in and editing the first one, and just changing the thickness, reversing the thickness. And now it should be outside of that top part. So that's a good example of using reverse thickness as well. Another thing that we can do is add manual rip lines. So we're just gonna go back to a single part. I'm gonna delete that second part. And then I'm gonna edit that first convert to sheet metal feature. I'm gonna turn off the keep body just to avoid any confusion. And I'm gonna add bend lines everywhere we want them. So let's add one to the stop edge as well. And then we're automatically gonna rip along the other edge in the other corner. So now we have the whole outer shape. When we press OK, looks something like this. We're ripping on this right hand edge. But imagine we say want to rip halfway along this face. So we can actually add in a manual rip line anywhere we want. To do this, we've got a sketch to rip before we do the convert to sheet metal feature. So I'm going to drag the rollback bar up above the convert feature. So it's essentially turned off in the model, and now we're adding features before it. Then I'm gonna start a sketch on this top face. Just get the line tool. Just gonna do a line across the two midpoints there. Now if we drag back down, the convert to sheet metal is turned on again, but we've got that sketch before it. We can now edit that convert to sheet metal feature. We can go all the way down to rip sketches, and then we can choose that sketch. Then just add another bend on the right hand edge there. And then when I press OK, now we're ripping along the middle of that top face. And if we drag all the way down, we can now flatten this part. So it's possible to use our own rip sketches. But we just have to draw them before the convert to sheet metal feature. Now before we finish this video, I just want to show us a potential issue that we can have working with this tool. Something we really need to consider when we work with sheet metal. So I'm going to edit our convert to sheet metal feature. I'm going to remove all of the bends. And I'm just going to add 3 on the bottom here. So that looks like it's worked fine. If we press OK, the feature seems to have been created OK. Some of the bend relief looks slightly strange, but all of the bends are there. But now if we press flatten, we see the part hasn't flattened, but in my version it works. But in some other versions, here on the left, we've got some kind of warning or error. It'll be said, this part contains features that cannot be unbent, so we've got a problem with one of our features somewhere. And if we expand this further, we could see we've got a problem with one of those flattened bends. One of the bends couldn't be flattened for some reason. The problem that's happening here is when these edges unbend, they're actually clashing with each other in a flat state. This is something that we can run into by accident if we are using the convert to sheet metal features like this. Let's go to a top view, and we can sort of demonstrate what the problem is here. Let's draw some sketches on this face to visualize the edges that we are trying to unbend. So this edge is gonna unbend something roughly like this. This one's going to unbend like this. So this is what a flattened sheet would look like. But then this third bend in the middle, this one's going to unbend something roughly like this. So we can see straight away we're going to have a clash between these two edges here. Obviously, if we have a flat sheet, we can't have material from 2 flanges in the same place. So we wouldn't actually be able to make bends like this. It doesn't necessarily mean that this part is totally unmakeable. We just need to make it in a different way. So if we've created our parts using convert to sheet metal, we might need to just think about this kind of thing. Just because we can make it in Solidworks doesn't mean that we can actually make it in real life. So it can help to unfold our parts every so often and just check that everything is okay. If you do get an unfolding error like I said, then try suppressing your features one by one and then flattening your part. Just try and narrow it down to where the problem might be, or just look at the error messages underneath the flat pattern. So in general, this tool is very useful. We can use it to convert solid parts to sheet metal parts. Firstly, select the fixed face and then add the bends and the ribs. We can also throw our manual ribs, but make sure we throw the sketch before we make the convert to sheet metal feature. We can also use the key bodies option to make multiple sheets or parts from the same body, and we can reverse the thickness there if we need to. When we're using this tool, convert to sheet metal, try to be aware of any potential flattening issues like the one we just looked at. Often, if we give us a little bit of thought, we can get around any issues by making things in a slightly different way. In the next section, we're going to have a look at forming tools, which allow us to press things like dimples, ribs, or small logos into our sheet. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like. I hope it can be a little helpful and useful.